Hey everybody, welcome to Vegans Talking Shit. I'm Joey.
Oh, I'm supposed to introduce myself?
No, you don't have to.
I'm Jerome,
Jerome.
which you don't call me anyway, but
This is my brother Jerry. His name is Jerome. I've been calling him Jerry since birth. So I will be having a discussion with my brother Jerry and my niece Mallory. Neither of them are vegan. And I thought it would be interesting to have some non-vegan voices on the podcast. Jon and Vanessa are not here. I think it's when it's 3 vegans and 1 non-vegan, that might seem like a kind of a gang up kind of a thing. So this I think is better as far as having just a one-on-one where it can be an actual discussion. My niece Mallory, Jerry's daughter, will be here at a later date. So a little secret that Jerry may have me edit this out. Jerry, you used to have a podcast.
so we're going there, huh?
Yes.
During COVID, I was furloughed, and everybody's looking for something to do. It's not like you had a lot of options available. Things are closed. So yeah, I did a podcast, and it was. You just recently found out about it, and
I did.
It was 4 years ago. So I think you're actually the only one who knows me who's actually listened to it because I didn't use my real name. It was unlike this. It was poorly produced. It was like the Spice Girls video. Didn't edit. I think you'll probably be the only one.
Spice
and
Girls,
I think you're the
really?
only one who'll actually catch that reference.
Yeah, not a lot of people. Well, I mean, one shot. That video was done in one shot.
Yeah, which is a lot more complicated than the crappy podcast I did. I mean,
I'm just shocked you made that bizarre reference.
I wanted to make you proud.
Oh, I am very proud of you. Good work.
And I know there's a term for it that you know.
A oneer.
That's the technical term?
When I listen to my director commentary on Blu-ray and all that, they usually say it's a oneer.
A oneer.
Yeah. So, hey, can I say the name of your podcast?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, your podcast was really good. You did something that I could never do. You just talk like for 45, 50 minutes straight. I could never do that. I need Jon. I need Vanessa. I need someone to bounce off of in order to be able to act and react. And I guess my shtick, you can say, is that I go off on tangents about nerdy things. But if it were just me talking for an hour, it would just be nothing but tangents about nerdy things.
Be Beavis and Butthead for a quarter of it.
I will say this about your podcast, and it has to do with what I learned about you, and it's to your credit. You are very willing to listen to opposing viewpoints, which I know I already said, but it was interesting how you not just listen, but you contemplate. You actually take those opposing views into consideration, and you're very thoughtful about it. You're not just they're not just knee-jerk reactions.
No, I've always told you I am not as closed-minded as probably other members of our family.
I didn't say that. Can I leave that in, or do I have to edit that out?
Depends. Maybe I should have said that differently, but you would lump me in. Yeah, we don't agree on a lot of things, but you definitely have a much better setup, structure, to be able to kind of bounce things off and go off on different topics, whether it's movies or crocheting. I think your Beavis and Butthead was the one thing that made crocheting look good.
Nobody likes that Beavis and Butthead impersonation. I think I was spot on.
But the thing is, you dragged it on way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you should have edited yourself. You need some self-awareness there. Like you kept it for your own benefit. you liked it. So
no, I can be honest about this. I think that as I'm editing, I always want to make sure that the funny stuff is in there. But I was just wrong about what I thought people might find funny.
Yeah. Maybe you should have, especially when you have 2 other people there. If they both are like thumbs down.
Well, what's funny is whenever I do record an episode and I finish editing it, I send the edit to Jon and Vanessa. For the most part, they either ignore it or they'll say it's good. But every now and then, I'll get something like, Joey, can you edit this out? But for that one episode where I did my Beavis and Butthead impersonations, when I sent them the edit, Jon responded with, did you leave the Beavis and Butthead stuff in there? And I responded, yes, exclamation point. And he didn't respond.
Just one exclamation point or multiple?
Just one. And yeah, he didn't respond. I should have taken that as...
I think next time, I think he's probably learned to be a little more vocal and tell you that sucked. That was crap. Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought that you would be an ideal guest because of your open-mindedness and your ability to hear out an opposing viewpoint. And with that, tell us about yourself, Jerry.
What a segue that was.
Yeah, I'm very smooth.
That is just the worst question to ever ask somebody. It's just like an open-ended, you really have to come up with everything. I have no idea what to say. Yeah, I'm a meat eater. I'm not a vegan. I like sports. I mean, if Jon knew I was a big hockey fan, maybe then he would reconsider having me on. But then the problem would be that Vanessa would be like, let's get on topic because we'd be talking hockey.
That's true. And I think what would be kind of funny is Jon was talking to me recently about ideas about other podcasts we might start. And he's thinking about doing a hockey podcast. He listens to a podcast called Spittin' Chicklets.
I know that podcast.
You do?
Yeah. There's actually a few, and a couple of them with the old enforcers, the fighters.
Yeah.
And they have the best stories. I think hockey as a sport is probably the most blue collar, most down to earth, and of all the sports.
That's because none of those motherfuckers have teeth.
No. The Europeans still have teeth. But they do have team dentists who are on site. But I was in the best shape ever playing ice hockey.
Yeah,
it is tough. Just everything that it requires, skating. A lot of people can't even skate, but you're skating, trying to get to a certain spot, carry the puck, pass the puck, shoot the puck. And the athletes, the hockey players, to me, are the most down to earth and the toughest by far.
Oh, yeah. I don't think anyone can argue about... I mean, maybe if you want to say an MMA fighter.
No, but I mean, like, of the big team sports.
Right,
I mean, you could talk about lacrosse and things like that. But as far as the major team sports, hockey by far, they're the toughest. I mean...
Yeah.
And actually, women's soccer, I think women's sports, generally, women are tougher than men.
I've really got into women's sports over the last few years. I love WNBA. I love the Team USA women's soccer. What is it? The NWS?
Yeah, I mean, it's grown. The thing about it is it's tough. Sports is a saturated market, so trying to get your market share is very difficult. And to me, I think the women's soccer game is a much better game to watch than the men's, just because the men's half of the game is somebody on the floor.
Yeah, there's a lot of flopping.
I hope you don't have a lot of soccer fans because, you have a Brazilian on your podcast. Yeah, Neymar, I think, has a reputation of being the biggest flopper. So, and he's, I think, a Brazilian treasure.
Yeah, and Pele.
Pele. Well, Pele, considered greatest of all time
for sure.
Soccer. But
all right, you ready to talk some vegan shit?
Yep. You like how I got out of talking about myself?
Yeah, good work.
No.
I have to apologize because you're going to be hearing a lot of noises in the background because of my dog. So, Jerry, what did you think of vegan people prior to me being vegan? And how does that differ from how you see vegans now that you've had a brother who's been vegan for 13 years? I mean, is there a difference in your eyes?
Honestly, I wish you would have given me a heads up on this question.
Really?
Just for the simple fact, we're talking, double-digit years ago. Mm-hmm. And I'm definitely a different person than I was 10
we both
years
are.
ago. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, I probably back then just had no thoughts, period. I'm usually, I really don't care what people do if it doesn't affect me. And I think you becoming vegan probably made me more cognizant about vegans, not necessarily thinking more about it, but I think also, keeping that in mind where, there's certain foods that, like, I hate Chinese food. I don't want Chinese food, so I never want to go to a Chinese restaurant. And if I'm with people, I would hope they respect the fact that I don't eat Chinese food. I think also not being obnoxious. just
Right.
because you. I don't want to say you don't believe in it, but it's not you. It's not who you are, because everybody makes their own choices. So just because somebody's vegan and I'm not doesn't make me better than them. Doesn't make them better than me. But it should be respectful. So if I have a vegan friend, I'm not going to be like, hey, let's go to Five Guys.
Right.
So you kind of put more thought into it, and I think it's also just part of my growth period where just being courteous of the other person and trying to make sure it's not everything's going to be catered to me. But prior to that, I don't think I remember the Spice Girls video and other things, but I can't remember my thoughts from 10 years ago or 12 years ago, whatever it was. So it's a little difficult to actually think about back then. Even now, it's what is it? Less than 1% of the population?
I would say I think it's 3%. Vanessa brought
3%?
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine what it was back then. So you really didn't think about it. I don't think my perception of vegans changed. I think my just being cognizant and thinking about how does it all fit in? What are we all going to agree on? And what kind of crappy gifts am I going to buy? Well, you give crappy gifts too, so
I do, but hey,
you give great gifts. But the thing about the difference between me and you is I give a cheap crappy gift. You'll spend a lot of money on a crappy gift. So
that's fair, but I mean, I have to say, I think one of my favorite gifts you got me was like just a box of all these vegan snacks, and that was awesome. I ate it all in like 2 days.
Yeah, I think I went overboard with the vegan food. I think there was also some not fake. I don't know what to call it. Not fake, but I guess plant-based meat.
I say fake meat. I say vegan meat, plant-based. I mean, I don't think even vegans would get offended by calling it fake meat.
Well, there's people who get offended about everything. So.
That's true.
You have to watch I have to watch what I say because I don't want to take over Vanessa's title as getting the most hate mail or something like that. I want to keep that title for her.
Yeah, she's proud of that one.
Yeah. So I have to watch what I say. I don't want to offend anybody more than I might already watching what I say.
So one of the things that I disagree with Jon and Vanessa about is being confrontational and in your face. And I don't know. I think what I think about the most often is video footage I've seen of activists going into Chick-fil-A and literally like yelling at the people for eating Chick-fil-A, or at a steakhouse. They'll go to a steak restaurant and they'll yell at the customers. And I think that sort of thing just pisses people off.
I think there was one episode that you guys had where talking about why non-vegans hate you guys or something like that.
Right.
And I don't care what your issue is. It doesn't make a difference to me. Even if I agree with your issue, you lose me with confrontation. Everybody knows you do that in somebody's face. If somebody gets in my face and I'm going to say, oh, I'm going vegan now? No, I'm going to get angry. And I'm going to say, F vegans, because you don't know somebody else's life story. So to just automatically judge a person because they're doing something you don't necessarily do is wrong, and you lose people. I think more people are like me, that they'll listen. You can tell me all your reasons, but just because I might say you have legitimate reasons doesn't mean that I'm going to agree or I'm going to want to go that direction with my life. I think most people are reasonable and are willing to listen. And the way to change people is not in your face, because that's the way you push people away. That's when, if they're on the fence, you just lost them. So you lost a potential opportunity to get somebody on board because of that method. And yeah, it gets a lot of clicks. We all know what gets clicks and what gets attention and what people watch. But really, everybody who's watching it, they're doing it for entertainment. For me personally, I don't think confrontation in anything or any issue solves it. And let's be honest, most people at that Chick-fil-A, they know everything. People are not dumb. It's like if I'm eating a hot dog, I don't need somebody to tell me, do you know what's in it? Yeah, I know what's in it. It's crap. I know that.
Lips and assholes.
Yes. Like, I know what's in a hot dog. You don't have to tell me. I don't want to read it. I know. I'm not stupid. So to be there and get in somebody's face, judging them, because nobody likes to be judged. That is not a way to get anybody on your side. It just doesn't work.
I agree. I mean, it wouldn't have worked on me. And it didn't work on me.
No.
I mean, I did have some confrontational vegans who tried to convert me, for lack of a better word. And it wasn't, none of that worked. It was actually the kindness of a vegan friend. I don't think she's vegan anymore. I could be wrong. But Jessica, she was at the time a very passionate vegan, and rather than giving me a hard time for not being vegan, she kind of challenged me after
gave you food for thought.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah. And basically said, just give it a try, see what happens. And I did. And you see where I am now 13 years later. So I do think that there's some validity with just simply being kind.
Yes. I understand, and I respect you for being a vegan. And like, even though I'm not vegan, I will help you with your
And
veganism.
you have.
Yeah. And I think that's the contributions I can make. Just because I'm not living the lifestyle, I'm not going to buy you a steak. If I did that,
Thanks.
it's mostly because I want it for myself. But the thing is, some people have the potential to be, I don't know if converted is the right word.
Yeah, I say that word, but it isn't the right
Yeah,
word.
it's not converted because it's really just a lifestyle change. I don't know the proper way to say it. I'm not a wordsmith like you. So, John, you and I are in the same boat. For the most part, most people will just, get angry and say,
Off.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, if it happened to me, the thing is, I don't care about confrontation. Somebody say whatever they want about me. I don't care. I'm too old for that. I don't need to get involved. I have too thick of a skin. I mean, if I'm out with Mallory and somebody does that to her, I forget it. Then
of course
that's different.
Yeah.
But would it put vegans in a bad light for me? Because that's just what happens.
Yeah.
You always remember those negative things. They stick in your mind much stronger than a good experience. And it's unfortunate. But that's
unfortunate.
That's anything in life. It's just not with this particular instance.
And that's one of the things that kind of sucks about being vegan, that you have other people who represent veganism in a very negative way. And so many will assume that I am that type, and I'm pretty much the opposite of that type.
Well, it's the same thing as somebody who, real men eat meat. And the troll. I think there's one guy who's like trolls your Yahoo comments.
Yahoo. I don't even.
No, I'm sorry, not Yahoo. YouTube. My bad.
Yeah.
I think there's one troll you guys have.
Yeah.
That's always, and it goes back and forth. And
Yeah.
I could always tell you're replying. But not every non-vegan's like that person either.
Right.
You might make a comment about me now.
What do you mean?
That guy, that your troll.
Oh, yeah. He listens to every episode.
Yeah. The thing about it, he listens to it. So I don't know. He's just maybe an angry person by nature.
guess.
I don't know. But not every non-vegan's like that. It's the obnoxious ones, the trolls that stick out.
You said earlier, that, people know what's in, for example, the Chick-fil-A, and that it's not healthy or whatever. That's the health side. What about the ethical side? Like, would you say that, because my thing is, and I say this a lot in the podcast, some people just don't want to know. And I can say that because back before I was vegan, I didn't want to know. Like, I knew that it was bad.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. So you kind of have to just set it aside in your mind. Because when I wanted to go to Wendy's and have that triple cheeseburger, I wasn't going to just sit there and be like, oh, it's a shame that this is a cow, because I love cows. So I think that there is a willful ignorance, and I don't mean it as an insult. Like,
no, ignorance is bliss. In my life, there's many times I live by that.
Right. Yeah. So what would it take for you to go vegan?
I just wouldn't.
No. Wait. Hear me out. Okay, so you would never go vegan, but
No.
if there were a world where whether it's lab grown meat or food replicators in Star Trek.
Well, if all the food was like this crappy meatball pasta thing that I just ate, which
Vegan meatball pasta.
yes,
for
vegan,
clarity.
yeah, and I to me it's still a legitimate 3 because it's edible, but it's frozen food. I mean, the best frozen food would probably be 5, the absolute best. So but we have eaten at vegan places, vegan restaurants, and things like that. And the one that we went to, I was looking forward to coming back to trying that chicken sandwich.
The crazy vegan.
Yeah, I mean, I say chicken sandwich, whatever, plant chicken, whatever the term is.
It's fine.
But I wanted to try it. The thing about vegan food, the place that we went to that I think it was for your birthday.
Vegan Tierra.
I had the vegan burger. I don't know if it was an Impossible burger or a different type
remember.
of vegan burger. It was good. Would I say it was exactly like a cheeseburger? No, but it was good in its own right. However, I avoid Five Guys.
Really?
I love Five Guys,
Yeah.
but it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like I've had to cut it down because it's very expensive. I think $12 is expensive for a burger.
I didn't
That
even
vegan
realize
burger was
it
18.
$12.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
and that's the thing. To eat vegan for things that I would like, I'm not going to eat Brussels sprouts. I don't like vegetables unless it's potatoes. I love potatoes.
What about the Impossible Whopper?
I haven't had that, but I don't eat Burger King.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that I'm against trying it. It's just because I don't go to Burger King.
I have to once again tell our audience, I apologize if you hear my dog snoring in the background. She snores very loudly. So sorry about that. So let's say, like, if there's lab grown meat and it's derived from stem cells where no animals were harmed. I mean, I've been honest on this show. I love the taste of meat. I just make that sacrifice and I choose not to eat it. But if there's lab grown meat, no animals are harmed, will I eat it? And I'm thinking I probably will, because I am just vegan for the animals.
But the vegan community, how do they view it?
There's no consensus. Like, you have some vegans who will eat honey and some who won't.
Honestly, I didn't even know there was a problem with honey. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with honey? I still don't understand what's wrong with honey. The bees aren't killed or anything.
Everyone loves bees.
I know I don't love them, but they definitely aren't like roaches.
But the point I'm making is that there is no consensus. And, you'll have a vegan who wears leather shoes. So it's a mess.
Well, actually, I think I got you pleather, now that I think about it.
The jacket?
Yeah.
No, it was vegan.
But it was fake leather? Or
Yeah, it's a good fake leather. Okay, so if given the option, if they're the same price and it's just one is lab grown and one was slaughtered,
I have no problem. If it's cheaper, you got me sold.
same price.
You would sell me with cheaper. That's the thing. Like if I go to not to give my shopping habits, but I buy what's on sale. I don't pay regular price, and that's why I'm saying if it was cheaper, you would sell me on that, because I'm more cost conscious now. The place that we went to, it was expensive. The one that closed.
Crazy vegan.
Yeah, and I bought a lot because I wanted to try different things, and I figured the portions wouldn't be that big, and they weren't. And I think I had tacos and I had the Philly cheesesteak.
Right.
And it was all good, but it was expensive.
Yeah, it
very,
was
very
crazy
expensive. And I'm trying to remember. I think there was 5 of us, and it was well over $100.
Yeah.
Like it might have been around the $150 range, and it was just 5 of us.
Yeah. And this is supposedly fast food.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, it's burgers and chicken nuggets. I mean, vegan burgers and vegan chicken nuggets and vegan Philly cheesesteak. But when it ends up being like $120, $130, yeah, that's prohibitively expensive. Yeah. And the irony is, and I know this won't make sense to you, the irony is it's actually cheaper to be vegan, because if you're just buying beans and pasta and produce, that is, your grocery bill is going to be very low. But where it gets expensive is with the fake meats. The
good stuff.
Right.
The good stuff for people who like meat.
Yeah, and that's exactly who I am. I mean, my freezer is filled with the fake meat.
Yeah, because you're not a vegetable guy.
I know. I mean, I've gotten better. I like Brussels sprouts. I like spinach.
Brussels sprouts are nasty.
It's got to be cooked right.
people are creatures of habit as well. So that's kind of what they're used to. So to completely do a 180 and change their lifestyle to make it more expensive, more inconvenient, I don't want to say less fulfilling because some of the food is good, but you're more limited with what you can eat. Yeah. So I think it's tough. Maybe 10, 15 years from now, it'll be a different story. You're still gonna have trolls.
Well, yeah,
they're never going to go away. You're still going to have the combative vegans just because that's who they are and they need their clicks. But it might be easier. Everything takes a while. And the thing about manufacturers, because I think you guys have talked about this before, manufacturers and things like that, they don't create the market. They cater to the market.
Right.
So if there was a big market for like vegan purses, because what is it? Doesn't Kate Spade do like vegan purses or something like that?
I know that Vanessa is a big fan of Stella McCartney.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the one.
Okay.
My apologies. It's hard to remember everything. I'm old. But the thing about it is, if other companies saw that and they were just making a killing off it, they would be following suit because they all are chasing the buck.
Yeah.
That's why it's going to probably take longer, maybe 10, 15 years from now and 20 years from now. Maybe it will be. Maybe half the grocery store will be plant-based, vegan, but then have like a vegan stamp, like a V or something on there, a label.
Yeah, there's like a little vegan logo.
A logo, yeah. Maybe half the things will be on there, but it's not. It doesn't happen overnight. And if a company can do it cheaply, people will buy it because if you do it cheap and it's crap. Just like that frozen thing that I had. You're not going to build your market off that.
Do you put pineapple on pizza?
No, I don't eat pizza, but that doesn't belong.
Yeah.
Like, it's just ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I feel very strongly.
Yeah. It's just like, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, I don't get passionate about that, but
a hot dog's not a sandwich.
I understand the logic behind those who feel that it is. I don't know.
But do you call a cheeseburger a sandwich?
I call that a cheeseburger, but I have gone to restaurants where they categorize it, and under sandwiches, you might find cheeseburger there. Is a taco a sandwich?
No, just because I guess it's a form of bread. No, that's not a sandwich. It's a taco.
Okay.
I think if you go to Mexico, and I think we have a warped sense of what's Mexican food anyway here.
Right.
But, you go to Mexico and say you want a sandwich.
Yeah.
See what they say. Pineapple does not belong on pizza. There was this, was it New Jersey? Might be New Jersey, a pizzeria. They are so against pineapple on pizza that they offer it, but it's like over $100.
Oh, wow.
So to their point is like, we hate it, we don't like it, but if somebody's going to pay $100 something, we're going to take that money. That's how against pineapple on pizza that pizzeria is.
I was going to ask you something because you mentioned earlier that you don't believe that vegan restaurants can last. I don't necessarily agree with you, but I think it has to be like a perfect scenario.
It's not good to generalize, but basically we do generalize just because there's always going to be outliers. Just because you say they won't last doesn't mean there's zero chance. It just means it's a very uphill battle. No, there could be. And once again, if you have the Capitol Grill of vegan restaurants, it's going to do well. But
it's in Manhattan right now. It's called, is it 11 Madison?
That's why you need your notepad with...
Yes. I should have taken some lessons from you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you want to take lessons from me, though.
Yeah, but I think it's called 11 Madison. It's in New York City, and it's like Michelin stars. And
also, New York City, how many millions of people are there?
Well, that's another thing. I think a lot of it, like, in order for a vegan restaurant to be successful, it has to be in an area where there are a lot of people, a lot of vegans. Yeah. That's why it can do well in Los Angeles. Even downtown Miami, there are numerous vegan restaurants that are flourishing.
But the thing about, let's say, downtown Miami, South Florida is just so spread out. Really, Miami's Miami, but I live in Broward. I'm not letting go of my 305.
Right.
So
does your phone number, your cell phone number, still have 305?
Of course.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I'm never
giving that up.
Right.
No. I mean,
305.
Broward. I represent Broward, but 305. That's
Feel
not
you.
going anywhere.
I feel you. As far as forget the food side of it, but let's say fur coats.
I don't see a need for it, but I'm not passionate about it. Like PETA and is there a vegan organization?
I mean, an organization.
No, like the vegan. You know how like people the PETA has that. Is there like a vegan organization?
Well, there's an organization like PETA, but probably even more militant, called ALF. It's the Animal Liberation Front. So what's the line for you? Like, what's the one thing where it's like, oh, I don't.
Okay.
Like, I know some people who won't eat veal. They'll eat any kind of meat, but they won't eat meat.
Yeah,
They won't eat veal.
The funny thing is, and I almost want to say it's somewhat hypocritical. I do like veal. I rarely order veal because I basically know what it is. So it seems weird and hypocritical.
No, because I mean, before I was vegan, I had my own little rules that were similar.
Even though I do like it, I am always hesitant to get it. If that's the only thing on them, because there's been occasions where I look at the menu and like, there's nothing I really like, and I'll get the veal. But I usually avoid it. So I don't know if that's my line. In Latin community, it's big to roast a pig for Christmas Eve, right? But I don't want the pig to look at me. And some people can go pick their pig, and I can't do that. I could not go there and pick the animal I want.
Oh, yeah. Where you go to the actual location where the pigs are mingling with each other, and that's the one I want, and they kill it for you.
Even a lobster, because you know how they have the lobster tanks and all that. I like lobster, but those tend to be more expensive places that do that. So, my cheap self doesn't go to those places often. But I don't know if I'd actually be able to say, okay, I want that one, that one, that one. It's different when you see it. Like hunting, obviously that's a big no-no. And I've thought about hunting. Could I hunt? No, I don't think I can. But I think it would be very difficult. But once again, somebody who grew up doing that, because, in the country, they do a lot of things at a young age that people don't do here. So it's just different, a different way of growing up, a different life. So, places like in Texas, you're not going to have a huge vegan population in certain parts of Texas because
Austin's big for vegans.
Austin is,
I think that's the second most vegan.
But Austin is the Portland of Texas,
right?
So
Portland's number one vegan city.
Yeah, I mean, I love Portland. I think I was the first one to tell you that you should go to Portland.
One of the main reasons I went to Portland was because of how you raved about it.
Yeah, and I love Portland. I mean, I'm probably not a person who would live in Portland as far as, my lifestyle, my beliefs and things like that. I probably wouldn't be considered a Portland type person, but I do love I love the city. It was one of my favorite cities.
Portland, Oregon is awesome.
Yeah. What are you reading? What do you type?
What I typed was, is there Taco Bell in Mexico? The response, no, there are currently no Taco Bell restaurants operating in Mexico.
Remember Taco Viva?
I do. Arnie used to work at Taco Viva.
Not the one that was by us.
No.
I mean, there was a lot of locations, but every time I drive to work and I go, down Red Road, and it's like see different, like that McDonald's. Remember we had birthdays at the McDonald's.
Yeah. So as we're wrapping up, do you have anything you'd like to say as far as...
I haven't said enough.
You've said more than enough, but I mean, maybe you have some Let's try this again. Maybe you have some closing thoughts. Maybe you want to tell vegans to go to hell. I don't know.
No, I don't care. I guess my parting thoughts are, don't let the trolls, both sides, skew reality. Where the combative, annoying people, that's not all vegan. The troll that you guys get, that want to take away your man card and all that, that's not most of the people. So I guess my parting shot is, don't let that be the representation of either side.
That's fair.
Because I think most people are closer to me. Like, if you get in my face and if you disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect you.
Right.
It's simple as that. I will not disrespect you first.
Well, Jerry,
That's my parting shot.
you are done.
I'm done.
I thank you for taking the time for.
Oh, thanks for having me on the, pre-show Oscars that they give you the trophy on the side of the building. Yeah, thanks for letting me be part of that show.
Thanks for comparing this show to the Oscars.
Hey, well, and it had to be Oscars because that's movies. Had to have some kind of movie references here.
Well, yeah, you would have said Hugo Awards. That's for sci-fi. That'd have been cool too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a dork, but not that much of a dork.
So once again, thank you, bro. I appreciate your
My pleasure.
opinions.
I drank too much water. I got to pee.
Yeah.
That needs to be edited out.
I that's staying in. So for Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
I'm Jerome.
Bye, everyone. Ciao. Arrivederci.
Is that your closing now?
No.
I was gonna be I've never heard that.
Trying something new every time.
Yeah, don't do that one.
Bye, everyone.